In 2021, 573 million people suffering from diabetes in between ages 20 and 73. This number may increase to 673 by 2030, and it may likely to increase to 873 by 2045. Diabetes is a chronic disease due to non-availability of insulin from pancreas, or the body tissues are not utilizing the available. It's a chronic disease leading to several complications like coronary artery diseases, heart attack, nephropathy and renal failure, cerebrovascular accidents, stroke and foot amputation. This disease, the diabetes, is of two types: type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Weakness, tiredness, excessive urination, excessive thirst, excessive hunger, and non-healing wound, tingling and numbness in extremities. These are certain early symptoms with which people can be identified as diabetics. And on majority of the occasions, people suffering from dental problems, when they visit dentist, it will be identified that they are suffering from diabetes, especially periodontitis, gingivitis, through which cases will be identified as diabetics. How diabetes can be diagnosed? A simple urine test where urine sugar plus from trace to +4 and presence of ketone bodies in urine. Similarly, in blood, random blood sugar more than 200 will confirm that patient is suffering from diabetes. Fasting blood sugar more than the management for diabetes includes healthy diet, exercise. In case of type 2 diabetes, oral medicines. In case of type 1 diabetes, hormonal insulin. Controlling diet, taking healthy diet will help diabetes and sugar levels to be kept under control. Diet should include millets, cereals, pulses, vegetables, and proteins, and less fat. A regular physical exercise for minimum 20 to 40 minutes will help our body tissues to utilize insulin better. Diabovita is a special nutritional supplement which contains various millets, cereals, botanicals, Ayurvedic herbs. It is an ideal composition to take care of nutrition with less calories, required amount of proteins and vitamins, calcium and various minor elements like zinc. It helps in improving the immunity. It reduces the absorption of glucose from the gut, and it helps in peripheral utilization of glucose by cells. It is also rich in iron content. Herbs like gymnema sylvestre, Fenugreek, Salacia reticulata will help to increase the production of insulin. They will also help for the better utilization of insulin at the level of tissues. Various leafy vegetables will help in improving the taste and flavor of the product. Diabovita is a herbal special food supplement to cater the needs of all diabetic patients. It contains millets, cereals, proteins, herbals, fruits, and Ayurvedic herbals. These materials will support the required amount of proteins, vitamins, iron, calcium, and micronutrients. This Diabot powder will take care of all the needs of diabetic patients. It will improve the immunity. It helps in reducing the sugar levels. It helps for the slow absorption of glucose from gut so that the tissues can better utilize the glucose. Diabot, the recommended dose is 40 grams. Diabot powder, the recommended daily dose, 40 grams twice a day, along with buttermilk, lukewarm water, or it can also be used with milk. Diabot powder can be used even in pre-diabetics and early diabetics, even without the help of oral drugs. A study on Diabot, metformin, and Diabot powder as adjuvant proved that in increased concentration of Diabot powder has helped in increased peripheral glucose utilization. This shows that the diabetic powder not only a nutritional supplement, it also helps the better utilization of glucose. Diabov powder has been tried on several patients and it has been proved that this is proved to be a special diet for diabetes. Diabov powder is a complete plant dietary supplement for diabetes patients, taking consideration of improving immunity, providing proteins, and the Ayurvedic herbal to control and to reduce the glucose levels as well as better utilization of glucose by peripheral tissues. Several patients have used this powder and it is Diabovita is a complete herbal food supplement for diabetic patients in improving their general immunity, providing required amount of calories, slowing the absorption of glucose, and to help tissues to better utilize glucose. Several patients have tried this powder and gave a successful feedback. They are comfortable and happy with this powder. I strongly recommend Diabot. I strongly recommend Diabot for powder for all types of diabetic patients, including pre-diabetic, diabetic patients with insulin resistance and suffering from complications. Uniqueness Diabovita powder is that it is a blend of millets and sprouts developed from millets made into powder. This will help in providing required amount of vitamins, proteins, calcium and all micronutrients like selenium, zinc, copper, etc.